Hey guys, it's me, Divine Falcon 5. Today I will be redesigning some of my old characters. Part 1. Today I will be redesigning Mark B, an old character who is a rabbit. I accidentally made his skin black, so I didn't want to go back to the blackface era I had, but I'm trying not to be racist. But I having a little bit of a drawing session today, and we will be showing you an old OC today. Here is the design. And this is one of the newer designs I will be doing. I will be bringing this character back soon. Do not worry. But I'm still wondering how I can redesign this character. Y'all can post him wherever. I just don't want myself caught in this situation that like I did with Amy, and I called her out because she did something wrong. Therefore, I am drawing this character differently, like I did the last other times. And basically, I had this Dave Pilkey style drawing back in 2020, so who cares? But I will be showing you his eye. His eyes will be like this orangey color, and I wanted this to look pop. And I am very bad with my color theory, which is sort of like color schemes, but except different, in my opinion. But I'm trying to make this design look more special, and yes, I'm giving him a baby fang because he's a rabbit. Wouldn't I? I don't like putting rabbits with the gap tooth in the middle, but seriously, I wanted to make his design look more different. He's more of like a babyish color, but to be honest, I was thinking about giving his arms more of a, like what I did for Clover most of the time when I draw him. But well, it's because I wanted to make his design look better. I wanted to make his design more of a rabbit. And when I drew him, he's basically a rabbit. And I forgot rabbits actually had these little designs on like little tube like ears or a little bit of a lop ear like Clover does. But overall, I'm drawing him more of a style that I would understand better, which is a different color scheme instead of the normal black. Here is the design. This is the inspiration I will be having for this character. And yes, this will be a different design like I did the other time I did him. It was very wrong for me to get the black everywhere, and I wanted to make him more of what I wanted to try doing. Yes, I'm on Pinterest finding this inspiration that I already showed you. Here is what I saw. I wanted to get my account growing so I can have more followers and stuff. But I will be trying. Yes, I looked up that. Don't look at that. I looked up this losing Amity from the Owl House, and yes, I was in a phase. But I was thinking about finding a male design for this rabbit character, and I wanted it to look better and cuter. And here is all the rabbit designs I could have used, but I ultimately chose this one. And yes, I changed my profile because I was getting enough hate to actually get a lot of controversy with my character, but no hate towards the other characters. But it will be the only chance I have left. But I will be actually having this design more of like a ripped tank top character. And yes, this is a little of a rabbit. I don't know if it's a lop rabbit or not, but I wanted it to have brown and white so it looked like more of vitiligo. But I wanted this character to look more of like an icon, like he was back in my other times. I did say girl instead of girl. It was like my LOL surprise slang terms that I was using for my characters. And yes, it was ugly, like I showed you the other post I had on Pinterest. Therefore, I was thinking about having this design more differently and more cuter, and which this is the design of the fluff or dollap, which is actually a chest fur normally used for females. I used that drawing too because I wanted to use Clover's design too, incorporated with this design, and which that will be all for this design. And if I was thinking about making it smart, I wanted to have like little patches for these little design for the little thing, like for his arms, but I wanted to have it more elegant and more vogue a little bit. Yes, I'm using the Hexian style again. Here we go again, Divine. So, yes, like I told you before, I have autism. Dang it. But I actually wanted to make this design more unique, like I said before. And I wanted to give this design more vogue and peace, and I wanted to use it as reference. So here is what I originally wanted to do. A little pink knee aesthetic though. I was thinking about using it as reference to make this character, but I decided not to because it wouldn't fit the character more because it's a male and I didn't want it to be more kawaii. His design is more of a rough design, like a cowboy, particularly some like characters like I used in the past, like Slinky Dog or Cat from Cat Dog, and I basically used them in crossovers too, but which I wanted to use this design as a little bit of a reference sheet, but I wanted to carefully craft this character, but I did make a mistake on the little puffy little rips on the sleeves. And yes, I'm using the little white on the design to actually use it for the little of those little thingies that I just saw, but who cares? It's a little bit of patches. Who else will care? And yes, the patches are really important for the character because it's vitiligo. I'm not saying it as like stereotypically. I'm trying to use it as like for like diversity in this character, you know? I'm trying to use it as diversity in all of my characters, but sometimes I feel like this character needs more of a pop. But like I wanted to make this character pan or like MLM, but I ultimately wanted him to be like bi, but I ultimately wanted to use something else for it. Sort of like a little bit of Demi Boy or something like that. Here's the flag I was using for him. A Demi Boy is basically like a male who uses they, them, or he, him. So I wanted to use like this design for reference. He is sort of like gay, but is not really gay anymore. Like sort of like Pan. So here's the flag for Pan. Pan means you care more about the identity. You don't care about the gender preference. Like if you like, for example, if you like males or you like females, depending on gender. If you're like female and you like males, that's okay. Like for real. If you're like actually wanting to make this preference look okay, just make it smart. I'm not trying to be mean, but like really, go for it. I'm always accepting. In my 2020 phase, when I was playing Pokemon Sword, I used an African American character in honor of accepting the race. I told my family about it too because I think the race is okay. Like I use it, and that's a bug. Bye, 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 bye,